So we are gonna see a matchup between Rakdos Madness and Izzet Abjure. It was not for sure an easy matchup for me. I'm playing Izzet Abjure, of course, and because this matchup is very reliant on campfire. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it and let's see the first game. So my opponent casts a bolt. I go to 13. To mountain, he casts the Faithless Looting, discarding Fairy Temper, and I go to 14. And a land. I untap, I draw, play my second land, and say go, since I have a counter spell in hand. He goes for Vampire Keys. After a little bit of reflecting, I cast counter spell. Next, I untap, play land, cast Cryogenic Relic, and I go to 11 thanks to Bolt. So I'm a little bit pressured. He casts Sazaga Bruce, and I use Abjure, a strong move here by me. So I also draw one, and my opponent also need to discard a card for Sazaga Brew. Here, after a little bit of pondering, I have Murmuring Mystic in my hand, so really good card, but I don't know what to do. I'm pondering right now. But after a bit, I decided that I go for Brainstorm and try to control the game instead of pushing hard. I cast Flagi, discarding the two land that I put on top, and I see make my opponent see the Abjure that I take to my hand. Lucky draw for me. I cast Chain Lightning. I go to 5, and tap, I draw. I cast Murmuring Mystic, the one that I had in my hand before. That is also protected. He cast Voldaren Epicure. Voldaren Epicure, I let it stick. And on my end step, I'm thinking about removing it. And after a bit, I decide to do it. This way, I won't need to deal with it anymore. And I start to pressuring my opponent since I'm running low of life. I cast my second Mystic, which makes my clock tick faster. And my opponent passes since he has just one card in hand. He goes to 18. He draw a Kitchen Imp and decide to cast it. He moves to combat, but before I place Faithless Looting, pondering it, and I'm thinking, yeah, well, he has also to Faithless Looting in the graveyard, so it won't be much of the which he needed to counter. I use a Scred before the attack, so the Kitchen is removed, and I put another bird. I draw Campfire. That card will win me the game eventually, and I start by using it immediately, gaining 2 life since my opponent won't have an answer for this. If I use it in his turn instead, he could have the double bolt to kill me. He casts Faithless Looting with flashback from his graveyard. After a little bit of pondering, I decided to let it stick, since even if I counter it, I won't have the win next turn. And just like before, I scred the Kitchen Imp. He casts the bolt, and I go to 3. Campfire has already gained me 4 lives, so I would have lost if it wasn't for that. I cast Azurfleet Admiral, and from now it's much easier for me to control the board and go on. I pass my turn. I take the monarchy, I draw a card, he casts Fatally Saluting from the graveyard, and finally I counter it, winning me basically the game because he has just one Vuldarn Epicure, and I say that I have enough bird to kill him first game, pretty much thanks to Gunfire, as suspected. So in the sideboard, we are gonna bring another one, and we are gonna for sure bring in a Relic of Progenitus against Sneaky Snagger, and Hydroblast because he can easily 2-for-1 our opponent due to the fact that he plays many grab the prizes. We side out really slow card like Tip Analysis and Azurfleet Admiral, and since we will start second, we'll have few time to set up. I think that Brainstorm could be sided out. So he plays top land. I go for an island in Seagull. He goes for dress. I think that redness is a very strong deck on red to madness, but the ability to go for dress is not to be underestimated for Rakdos Madness, since he saw basically my whole hand and saw that I had also another Hydroblast and he can play his whole game knowing this important information. Also, for example, against a green deck, you could see like weather the storm and play the game accordingly. He started really pressuring me. I go to 15. I cycle Mariner World and I crack a very loose landscape. So very slow start for me. And I couldn't keep up with my Hydroblast since he also saw them coming. I tap 2 and I cast Relic. This is unfortunately no Falachi nor Crab and can't proficiently block. So here he cast the rest, I cast Brainstorm. This is a strong move since I can hide my last Hydroblast, but unfortunately I didn't see any removal or any breath weapon to deal with the situation. So I'm stuck in a situation where I just cast a Relic and I don't have much to do. He goes for Vampire Kiss, knowing that I have Hydroblast, and starts doing his blood and attacks me for a bunch. I'm really behind from the situation. The crab comes, but it is too late, really too late, since it is true that my opponent is stuck to land, but it is also true that he also has a full grip full of good card, and the damage are not so much. I crack my Cryogen Relic in order to tap Kitchen Imp. He untaps, draw, crack Blood, and another one. He discard the Cast into the Fire, which was brought in against the Gunfire. I use a Lightning Bolt, but I mean, it's we are too late. We crack the Cryogen Relic. Decided to attack with both. I fall to 3. I have fortunately to the bolt. I have a double counter spell, so I'm alive for this story. I'm thinking if I'm able to, what is the best way to draw the most and to see the most number of cards in order to save me. In this situation, I really need a campfire. So I decided to crack the clue and draw one. I draw memory missing that it is, of course, not good in this situation right here. I cast another evidence, so I have two crab to block. I cast a lorry revealed, a second lorry revealed, but I finished my counter and I don't have nothing to do if not to accept my loss here. So, game 3, play land. And I start by cycling a lorry revealed, revealing an island. And I play Campfire. That card is the card that won us the match. There is the rest, unfortunately, is a little bit too late. And he plays the Hydroblast, which I kept before. But yeah, in this case, Campfire down on the field is really, really good. If he had to rest one turn before, things could have gone differently, but that Campfire right there is very important. We are gonna see if he's gonna outgrind me or not. And of course, if he wants to win, he needs that cast into fire soon, very soon, because I'm starting to gain life. I gained a life, in a sense. I play hard evidence. Make a crab clue. He plays lightning bolt. Unfortunately, he's not got that he needs right now with the campfire down. He flashback faithless looting. I'm thinking about gaining life, but at the end, since I'm on a health amount, I decide to crack the clue. I pass the turn. Sneaky Snagger come back. After he plays faithless looting. I know on the sands up, I decided to gain some life and remove that Sneaky Snagger with the Stickrat. He plays Grab the Prize. And I let it stick to darn an Abjure. And now I'm not that afraid of anything anymore, to be fair. Waiting a turn, I cast the Murmuring Mystic with the protection. He cast the Grab and Madness in the Kitchen. I take it all and don't activate the campfire since he could have a Pyroblast. He swings I use Scrat on his kitchen imp. Here's a lightning bolt on my face. And the stacks resolve. He tries to kill me, my Murmuring Mystic, and this stacks with the Scrat finally resolves, and I create a 2 bird token. I use 1 bird token to block the Giznacker. He flashback the Faithless Ruling, discarding also the kitchen imp. So here we are in the post-game wrap-up. Unfortunately, that game ended up in a draw because of time, because we lost so many time, even though the video is small, but we lost so many time setting up stuff. I think that we had the one because basically we had the campfire ready. I had to use counterspell on the last kitchen imp, but then there was the last turn, so it didn't ended up mattering because basically they we couldn't deal that many damage in that one last turn. But yeah, overall, I think that the deck did behave correctly, so I'm pretty happy. Of course, that matchup is not particularly good, but I think that drawing into campfire in either of the two of the games can really makes the difference, and also holding up a counterspell for grab the prizes and let them if they end up having 0 card in hand, it could be a way in which you end up winning, but this is harder, of course, without campfire. But yeah, overall, I would say that I'm pretty happy.